Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Butter What Show. I'm Pat Regan. This is my co-host, BrianCMoses.com. And today we've got some couple of 2-3 retro gaming things to talk about. What do you think of this widescreen Super Nintendo hack?
I think it's awesome. You were telling me about it the other day, and it sounded really exciting, especially if you're the kind of person that doesn't like black bars on your classic games.
When I first saw the link on Hacker News, I thought this was just going to be somebody made a new engine to play the Super Mario games, like a PC game or something. But no, they've taken the BSNES emulator, added a new video mode that's 96 pixels wider to the fake emulated virtual machine. And then they've modified Super Mario. They've modified quite a few games, but specifically they've done a very good job modifying Super Mario World to add 96 more pixels. So now instead of 256 pixels by 224 whopping pixels, now it's 352 pixels wide. It's just amazing because there's so many levels that the game didn't originally render things that aren't necessarily on the screen, right? So it could goof everything up. And supposedly they've done a very good job with the entire game. And here's some footage of it running here over on Twitter.
That's neat.
But I guess they get to cheat because Super Mario World you hit the left and the right triggers to scroll the screen back and forth a little bit, and I think they get to use some of that data that was available.
Okay.
But I think it's a tremendous hack. It's amazing.
Yeah, in the chat, Lieutenant Data is saying they're working on it for Super Metroid also.
Oh, fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
But this is super exciting. I haven't even tried this yet. I'm a little bummed out that I haven't done that yet. I thought I would have done that before we got a chance to live stream this. But I'm still super excited. Kind of bums me out because I've been trying to replay as much stuff as I can on the Switch, because games like this are perfect handheld on the Switch.
Yeah.
But you can't do this on a Switch unless you jailbreak it or whatever people do with Switches. And we can't do that because Chris doesn't just play Rubik's Cubes. She plays Animal Crossing with her friends. And you can't play the online games with a hacked Switch. Now, Brian, you know that I'm a fan of arcade cabinets.
Why are you a fan of arcade cabinets?
Well, I'm an old man, Tubby, and I used to play video games in the arcade. What are you talking about? And the classic Nintendo cabinet from Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, I don't know if Super Mario Brothers should have been in this cabinet too. Donkey Kong, we're in a cabinet of this general shape here. This is a Bartop recreation of a classic Nintendo cabinet.
Yep, that's very familiar.
This one's just gorgeous. He's done a good job. I'm supposed to tell you who this is. Well, I am too stupid to figure out whose this is because it doesn't have a name. Well, if I find out who this is, I'm going to paste it. I'll put it up on the screen. And there will definitely be a link in the description. But he's done a good job of showing you all his parts that he's built here. He's got these little routed out grooves everywhere, channels to put the pieces into. Must be a coat of primer. He's got all the right decals. I wonder if that's the exact copy of the marquee from
the
real Mario Brothers game. But boy, it looks familiar enough, and the Mario and Luigi look funny enough that this is old enough graphics to be Mario Brothers. It's fantastic.
It really is.
Everything's scaled correctly. It just looks gorgeous. Now, a lot of people complain when you don't put a CRT into an arcade cabinet, but I'm not that kind of a purist.
You're not that
guy? I
guy?
like that they're smaller. They're smaller and lighter. Oh, he's got some of my favorite games in here. Is Gradius. He's got a little door in the back with a little latch to get at all your equipment inside.
What kind of hardware is that?
I can't tell you. Some kind of a go-between thing on the VGA here.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was.
I wonder if this is one of those 60-in-1 arcade boards.
Yeah, I was wondering that too. It's got speakers and the power strip.
Because I would never be able to identify a 60-in-1 board. And this little... I'm making this up. I don't have any documentation here, but I wouldn't be surprised. We could look up this board, I'm sure. But this little board on the VGA chain, maybe this converts from the weirdo arcade CRT signal back to something the VGA monitor can pick up. But at any rate, this is really fantastic.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, he's got a Donkey Kong also. Holy crap.
Yeah, it does. Look at that. You didn't even tell me that.
No, I didn't. Well, it said load 3 more, so I did, and there they are.
And it looks like we have another cube solution.
Oh,
We
shut
do.
the front door, Chris.
Yes. I hope
Is this
the front
one
door is
faster?
closed. It might be faster than the last one, but it's not faster than the first one, I don't believe. I haven't been
Well,
writing
that's
the
okay.
numbers down. Maybe someone in the chat knows.
We can
Jen?
figure it out later. We could go back
Yeah.
and look through the video.
Yeah.
If you had told me that the over under was going to be one solution per segment of the Butter What show that we recorded, I would have bet against you. I would have bet the under, Chris. So you would have made me, like all of my other gambling experience, you would have made me lose money.
This isn't even new, but I can't believe I was unaware of this, Brian.
Yeah.
There's this website here, Retroachievements.org. And they have software that plugs into, and it's built into now the emulator RetroArch. And RetroArch is an emulator for dozens of old-timey retro consoles and arcade games and whatnot.
Okay.
And this is like Steam achievements. They have, you know, when you accomplish something, it uploads it to the server and you could see your achievements in the game.
Get out of here.
No, I'm serious. This is, we didn't have this when I was a kid. When we played Super Nintendo,
You got a high score, and that was it.
you got a that was all you could do. You
That's
could
all
send
you-
them in. You used to take Polaroids of the screen and you would mail that into the Nintendo Power magazine.
Oh, jeez.
And they would show you the blurry pictures of the guy that made 3 million points in Super Mario Brothers or something.
Convince me you're an old man. Well, I used to use a Polaroid to take pictures
I never
of my
did.
high
Just-
scores.
Just so you guys know, I never did this. I just remember seeing the numbers in
Well,
Nintendo
that
Power.
you could, right? This is how you brag to all of your friends that you got the high score
Yeah.
on something. You
There's a
used your
famous
Polaroid
story of
camera.
Steve Wozniak constantly sending in breakout high scores into whatever magazine you would send that into. And he started having to make aliases because they stopped publishing them. We're gonna have to look that up. We'll see if that's true. But since we just watched Super Nintendo Brothers,
Super Nintendo Brothers on the Mario Entertainment System.
Mario Entertainment World, Super Mario World widescreen. I wonder if these achievements work with the widescreen version. That's the bummer about this. The ROMs have to match up. I had to dig around to find a ROM of the game I wanted to play that worked
Okay.
with. And you can only have these ROMs if you own the game already.
Yes.
Yes. But and these were my favorite games when I was a kid, so I absolutely have the cartridges somewhere. I did, at least, at one point. But Brian, you can see this list of achievements here. Like the first time you collect a feather and you can fly, you get an achievement, and collect the big dragon coins, you get an
Yeah,
achievement.
yeah. When you were first telling me about this, I was thinking, well, what kinds of things can you achieve in those old games? Is it just going to be? I figured it would all be like time played and points scored, but you can do all sorts of things that you wouldn't have assumed. That even back then they had no method of extracting.
No, but the
data that
emulator
they-
can track it.
Yeah.
Clear the game without dying in one session. 7.5% of participants have gotten that achievement. Clear the game in the fewest possible stages. I mean, there's interesting. A lot of people don't know it, but the achievements aren't really there for us. They're there for the developers. You know those simple achievements you get where it says make it to the 3rd chapter in Red Dead Redemption? That just shows the developers how many people actually play the game. Like, there's usually an achievement just for starting a new game.
Yeah.
So that shows you, sure, we know we sold 3 million copies, but only 500,000 people have even started a game.
Yeah.
You learn little things. But this is absolutely fantastic. I've got a few achievements in one of my old favorite games. What do you find folks out there in YouTube land think? Did Brian and I do a pretty good job today? If we did, you can let us know by hitting that like button down there, or maybe you want to leave us a comment and let us know if we're doing a good job. And if we didn't do a good job, that's something you can leave in the comments too. You can tell us why we were wrong, what we did wrong, how stupid we are. You can tell everybody you don't like my haircut.
We live stream the recording of these episodes on the first Tuesday of every month, and we're inviting you to come join us. Make sure you subscribe to the Butter What channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future live streams and episodes.
You don't even have to wait until the next live stream. You can come and hang out with us in Discord and participate in our community over there. There's a link in the description. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely do that. For tuning in, and I hope we get to see you next time.